Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is your chef from Guru's Cooking.in with Chicken Dum Biryani. For the ingredients and the cooking instructions, please look at the description below, my friends. We'll begin by preparing our brine mixture, for which we'll take 1 liter of cold water, and to this we'll be adding in a teaspoon of sugar and a quarter teaspoon of salt. We'll mix it nicely using a whisk, and in this brine mixture we'll be storing our chicken for 15 minutes by soaking it in. Chicken, when it is cooked, it loses its moisture. To retain its moisture, we brine the chicken. So I've got full leg piece which I've washed, and I've cut it into 2 halves like this. Like this I've got a total of 4 leg pieces, and we'll soak them all in this brine mixture for 15 minutes. 15 minutes. So friends, it's been 15 minutes. We'll now discard the water and we'll just secure the chicken. Here's the chicken. This chicken I'll be cooking in a pot. This pot should have a very heavy base at the bottom. Remember that. If preferably, use a handi if you have one. To this we'll be adding in a quarter teaspoon of white pepper powder, 1 teaspoon of salt, and we'll be squeezing in half lemon juice. This is the first level of marination. We've got 2 levels of marination. We'll make sure our hands are clean and sanitized, and we'll mix up everything nicely. Friends, we'll now cover this with the lid and leave it for 15 minutes, 15. In the meanwhile, while our chicken is getting marinated, we'll deep fry onions. These are 4 medium-sized onions that have been cut, sliced finely, and I've used vegetable cooking oil. Cooking at a high flame, we'll deep fry them until they turn golden brown in color. This will take you approximately around 8 to 10 minutes. So remember, cooking at a high flame, it may take you a long time, like 8 to 10 minutes. So don't be surprised, have patience and wait until your onions turn golden crisp like this. Once they do, you can extract them and place them on a sieve as I'm showing you in this video. So friends, here are these beautiful onions. Come, let's use them in a short while. Until then, keep them aside. I have taken ginger and garlic and green chilies. The amount of ingredients have been mentioned in the description below. To this we'll be adding in just a little water so that we can blend it easily in a blender. I've blended them in a fine paste, and once they have blended into a fine paste, the ginger, garlic and green chilies look like this. Amazing. Please keep it aside, we'll be using it soon. Here is the chicken that we had marinated. As you can see, the chicken has left a little water and the rest is lemon. We'll add 1 teaspoon of red chilli powder and 2 teaspoons of salt to taste. You can add red chilli powder to your own convenience. I didn't make it too spicy. We'll add 2 teaspoons of Garam Masala powder, a quarter teaspoon of Haldi or Turmeric powder, and a teaspoon of Jeera powder. Jeera is also called Cumin. This is 1 Mace or Zavitri. Break it into small pieces and spread it across. It's a very important ingredient for biryani. Looks good already. Let's see what's coming up next. This is oil. This oil I have extracted from the same pan in which I deep fried the onions, and this is approximately around 4 tablespoons of oil. We'll now add to this the ginger, garlic and green chilies paste that we had prepared. Remember? Here is half a cup of finely chopped coriander or dhania, and this is a quarter cup of fresh mint leaves. Friends, now it's time for us to add those fried onions, but we will not add all of them. We'll add just half of them. The rest half we'll be using later on when we place the cooked rice on top of this chicken at the end. So please save some onions, and it's time for us now to mix it up pretty well. So make sure your hands are clean and mix. Please make sure you spend enough time and mix it very nicely so that all the masala incorporates nicely over the chicken. That's a very important thing you do. Once you have done this, friends, we'll take 1 cup of curd. To this curd I've added little water, and it's very important you whisk it very nicely like I'm whisking it, and then only you add it so that there are no lumps, otherwise it will look very shabby. So now place this here. This is approximately around 175 milliliters of beaten curd. It's now time for us to mix it, so I'm gonna use my ladle or my spatula to mix it very nicely. Come, let's do it. There's a lot of hard work involved in this recipe, but that is what makes up for the best biryani that you can try at home. It's also hygienic and healthy. Most importantly, the taste is going to be amazing. You can trust me and vouch me on that. Alright friends, it's time for us to now cover this and leave it for around at least 1 hour, and this is the second level of marination, my friends. Until then, come, let's boil our what? Yes, basmati rice. This is Kohinoor extra long basmati rice, my favorite brand, and here I'm gonna grab 500 grams of it. This packet is 1 kg packet. I'm using half of it. So 500 grams in my case is approximately around 3 cups. I'm adding that. So before you use the rice or before you boil it, it is important you wash it. So I'm going to soak it in water and then rinse it nicely and wash it thoroughly. In this video I've shown you that I've done it only once, but in actual I've done it 3 times at least to avoid the starch content and to get rid of the dirt and the mud content within the rice grains. So please wash it nicely at least 3 times, and then this is what you'll be left with. Some pure, beautiful, nice rice. Keep it aside, we'll be using it later on. It's time for us to now boil the rice. I've taken 2 liters of water, to which I'll be adding a small cinnamon stick, 5 elaichi or green cardamom. You split it and then add it. These are 6 cloves. We'll add 2 teaspoons of salt. That's very important, most of you forget. Please don't forget to add salt. After this we'll be adding in something for nice tanginess, and that is half lemon juice. And for aroma we've added a lot of things, but fresh mint leaves will make it aroma all very good. So guys, we'll add 1 tablespoon of oil so that the rice grains don't stick to each other, and please make sure right from the beginning I have kept the flame of this vessel to high, and in no time the water has started boiling. Only when the water is boiling, then you should add the rice. Please don't add the rice when the water is not hot, okay? That's very important, my friends. When the water is hot, you add the rice, and now keep cooking at a high flame throughout the recipe. Now I want to extract some water from here which is hot, because we'll be using it later on, and you will how we'll be using it. So please save at least half a cup or a quarter cup of water, and we'll be using it later on. Good enough. So now it's time for us to stay next to this vessel. Don't go away anywhere, because you don't have to cook this rice completely. We'll cook this rice only 60%. In between, you can use your ladle to stir so that you make sure that the rice is cooking properly, and you can keep an eye on it. And also the rice grains will not stick to each other if you stir the ladle in between once in a while. So friends, like I said, you will not be cooking the rice completely. The rice will cook again with the chicken in the vessel where the chicken is getting marinated. So for how much time should you cook the rice? See, the rice has started dancing and the water has almost evaporated. You can grab a little rice grain into your palm and try to break it. If it breaks easily, that means your rice is now done. Please put off the flame immediately, and do not let the rice rest in this vessel for any more longer. Because the water is hot, the rice will still keep cooking, so immediately discard the water and secure the rice like this. Amazing! We can keep this rice aside for a while, and you remember the water that I have saved? In this water that I saved, which is right now hot, we'll be adding in saffron for aroma and for some beautiful color. But saffron will not give you so much color, so I've got some artificial color, which is saffron or orange. I'll be adding just a little bit of that, and we'll be giving it a good stir, and we'll be pouring this later on, my friends, on top of the rice. So the rice has to be soft. Henceforth, we'll be adding in 1 teaspoon of big chunk of desi ghee or clarified butter. This will go all over your rice when we drench it nicely, and it will give you some nice aroma, and also it will make sure your rice grains don't stick to each other. That's very important. It will melt in no time, my friends, because the water, is hot. Alright, we can keep this aside. We'll be using this later on. Remember this mixture. Friends, this has been 1 hour since the chicken has been marinating. It looks so amazing and succulent already. Juicy as well. We'll get the rice and we'll spread the rice on top of this, and we'll make sure that we spread it like a cake or a sandwich on top. Amazing. So this huge chunk of rice will make sure that it puts a lot of pressure on the chicken, and that's very important in this recipe. Pressure is what cooks the chicken nicely. Alright friends, so now we will just level this up gently using our ladle. Remember, this rice is only 60% cooked, not 100%. Remember? Good. So I've not lit the flame right now. We'll add the fried onions that we had saved and spread it across nicely. Looking so beautiful, right? And we'll also add to this some fresh pudina or mint leaves, not much, just to make sure that we have our rice grains separated out. Remember this mixture that we had saved of water with saffron, color orange, and some ghee. I just poured it on top evenly everywhere, and now just a little ghee at the top so that the rice grains don't dry up. Just half a teaspoon will be sufficient. Looks so amazing, isn't it, my friends? Now a couple of very important things which I'm going to tell you through my experience. This biryani has to cover and cook with steam intact inside. So please don't use a lid which has got holes. Steam should not escape from this vessel. That is the rule number 1 to cook the best biryani in the world. So I have taken some dough. This is some all-purpose flour or maida that I've taken and prepared a dough. I'll be circulating this dough all over on the edges of this vessel. It's very important you cover every bit of it. Not even a little smoke or steam should escape. If it does, your biryani will simply not cook, my friends, because steam puts a lot of pressure along with the rice on the chicken, and this is how your chicken cooks. That is how it works. So once you have placed it, we'll put the lid. The moment I put the lid, you can see the rice has little heat in it, and that shows up for a little steam at the top. Do you see the steam mist here? And this is amazing. That means we have sealed the deal tightly, and there are no holes in my lid, as you can see. Good friends, it's time for us now to lit the flame. Now please listen to me once again carefully, very important. Lit the flame to high. You will cook for exactly 5 minutes at a high flame. Not more than that, otherwise you'll burn your chicken at the bottom. So 5 minutes, my friends, at a high flame. And now it's been 5 minutes. I'll reduce the flame to very low, the lowest, and simmer at a very low flame for 25 minutes. So 5 minutes high flame, 25 minutes low flame. Cool? That will be a total of 30 minutes. Friends, it's been 30 minutes now. Cooking at a low flame 25 minutes. Now we'll put a pan or a tawa. On this we'll put this vessel and still cooking at a low flame. We'll cook for another 20 to 25 minutes. Alright? I hope you remember. 5 minutes high flame, direct. 25 minutes low flame, direct. Okay? And then on the pan, 20-25 minutes low flame. After that, put off the flame. Do not open the lid for at least half an hour. Please. And after that, after half an hour, you open the lid and this is what you will see. The dough has totally cooked, and if I take it off, it looks so amazing already, isn't it? So here is the chicken biryani, my friends. Don't dig in between, otherwise you'll break the rice. Go to the edges, go to the corners, and then dig in down deep inside and take this masala up. So deep down you go, come up. Deep down you go, come up. This way you bring the chicken from the bottom to the top, and you also bring the masala from the bottom to the top, and the masala, rice and the plain rice mixed together, giving you a beautiful color and orientation for the texture of white rice with some golden colors in the sky. And this chicken looks so well cooked. It is so soft. It's just breaking into pieces the moment I break it open, and it's so chewy and juicy and succulent. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the world's best chicken biryani, Dum Biryani Hyderabadi style. Oh, I love this biryani. Thank you so much for watching. Friends, this is Ileana and I. We are happy to share that we have crossed a surpassing limit of all the subscribers that we have. And we here present to you an Amazon gift voucher worth rupees 10,000 every month. One lucky subscriber gets to win this. So friends, if you haven't subscribed now, what are you waiting for? Subscribe and get lucky for an Amazon gift voucher worth rupees 10,000. These are some amazing recipes that you can try. If you like this recipe, please hit the like button. Thank you so much. Love you. Bye bye.